The ocean. I hate water. It's too thin. When it runs off your hand, when it strokes your body. No, water is not for me. I bathe in something else. Something warm, soft, opaque. Blood. It makes me shiver, tingle. The hairs on the back of my neck stand on edge. Its beauty is everywhere. Blood red moon, blood orange. The crimson mess that most people see is a masterpiece to me. Each tiny drop should not be wasted. Cannot be wasted. "1973, Chicago, Illinois, is where blood became so meaningful to me. It was what bonded my family. My father always said, 'Blood is thicker than water.' He expected so much from me, more than any other father, and if I didn't accomplish his wishes, he would remove his belt and beat me with it. On my back are 23 scars. 23 reminders that blood is thicker than water. Mother would sit in her rocking chair, smoking and watching. 'Hit him harder,' she used to say. 'Rip the flesh off his back. That'll teach him.' My two older brothers, his prized possessions. Amateur wrestling champions. 'They'll win us gold,' he would rant every single day. 'Why can't you be more like them, huh?' I had no friends. At 12, the world was out to get me, and I knew it. I took 5 more years of his shit until one day I was old enough, strong enough to fight back. 'Blood is thicker than water,' he yelled. 'So is mayonnaise. What's your fucking point?' Everyone in the room went silent with shock. 'Stupid boy!' He came at me. I dodged and scampered into the kitchen. He pursued. He tore his belt off his trousers and flung it above his head. Quickly, I grabbed the kitchen knife, and as his hand came down upon me, I lunged at him with the blade facing outwards. It pierced him in the stomach. I heard my mom scream, 'What have you done?' My father fell on his knees. I grabbed him by the hair he had left on his head and pulled it backwards so he was staring up at my mom. And as I did, I slit his throat. She got up from her rocking chair and headed for the stairs. 'Mother! Where are you going? Come back! I only want to play!' She ran up the stairs, the fastest I'd seen her move in years. Slowly, I followed. She slammed her bedroom door shut. I crept up the stairs. The bathroom was the next door to hers. Gently, I went inside and tilted the door half closed. Moments later, I heard a door open, and soon, my mother would follow. Holding Dad's old rifle, she looked around. Once she'd passed me, I'd open the door, and unnoticed, I approached her. I stabbed her with the same kitchen knife that was covered in my father's blood. The blood mixed. This was the moment that anything human about me was broken. I was something else, a new breed. I had an absence of malice and an intent to kill. But if I wanted to feed my hunger, I would have to be careful. I would have to be like dust in the wind. My brothers ran. They never showed their faces in Chicago again. I looked for 3 years. Nothing. Between nothing, I relieved stress by hunting, collecting. My freezer was stacked full of blood, carefully marked in each bag in order. I knew where every drop came from and where it was going. My bath. I would heat the blood and pour it into the tub. Sometimes, if I was feeling extra naughty, I would mix O positive with AB negative. I would bring a knife to the bath and cut myself. I'd let the blood infuse with mine, and I'd drift to the point of death and pull myself from it. It was nothing any human had ever felt. I can feel the souls that remain in the blood enter my life source and fill me to the point of ecstasy. My drug, only mine. With it, I would live forever. Found them! Miami! Ha! I can't believe it! After all this time, they were there. Fucking Miami. Daryl, Dean, it's time to play! Daryl works for a local industrial firm. And Dean, Miami Metro? He's a cop? Well, I'll give the homicide division a crime scene. I boarded the first flight to Miami. 3-hour flight for a 3-year wait. 3 hours of crying babies. That'll teach me to fly fucking Delta. So, I did slip something into the baby's bottle. On my way leaving the airport, the sound of sirens echoed the air. Ambulance for the baby? I think they'll need a coroner. I did not book a hotel. I ain't got the time for that. I hailed a taxi and gave him the address. I looked at my watch. 4:47 a.m. They'll be asleep. I looked up at their home, the new life they had built, and I thought of how I would break the walls down. I couldn't get a hold of a gun in an unfamiliar city. Knives, they were all too familiar. I wanted something new. In the garden lay a hose pipe, a basketball, and a lonely garden gnome. I pondered to myself for a moment. Yes, I can use these. I lifted the gnome, and under it, a spare set of keys, along with the key to the back door. Convenient. It's almost as if my life is a story and it's being written to benefit my needs. I picked up the ball and threw it with precision at the upstairs window. It smashed and the ball went right through into the bedroom. I grabbed the hose and ran around back. That would have woken them. I waited patiently until... there it was, the front door opened. Using the key, I unlocked the door quietly. I slipped it open without a sound and I sneaked in. There was a long, wide corridor from the front door to where I stood. I could see both of them looking outside for vandals. It's just kids, Queen. Come back inside. They're gone. The front door closed. I stepped out into the corridor. Long time no see, brothers! I swung up the hose pipe at Dean. The nozzle smacked off his nose and he stumbled backwards. He fell, cracking his head on a small desk with a computer on it. Darrow ran towards me. I dodged him. Shades of what happened with my father. I tied the hose around his neck. I yelled as I pulled tighter and tighter, using all of my strength as I pulled. He struggled for a moment. His body veered towards me and he stared into my eyes. As he faded from existence, I let out a sigh. Not of sadness, but of exhaustion. Dean jumped on my back and I lost my balance. We tussled and grappled on the floor, trying to retain dominance. He swung his fist and it caught me in the face. He punched me in the kidney repeatedly and pushed me off of him. I lay beaten in the corner, breathing heavy and my face covered in blood as I spoke. Kill me! No! He replied. I anticipated the rejection of my question. He continued. How? How did you find us? I refused to answer. Kill me! This time I said it more sharply, trying to provoke a reaction. Third time. Kill me! Kill me! Kill me! It was the charm. He lunged at me with his fist one last time. I stabbed him with a letter opener that had fallen off the desk, right in the heart. His dying body collapsed on top of me, and I held him in my arms until he passed.